This is the Simplistic Reviews Podcast. On the May edition of the show, the Looking Ahead segment had to be cut for time. Mainly because the boys can stay on topic about as well as Meta World Peace can stay on his meds. However, there was some interesting topics covered we figured we'd share. They tackle everything from Iron Man 3, Star Trek Into Darkness, Man of Steel, and Who's the Better Batman to figuring out who Leighton Meester is, and a retrospective of Peter Weller. Yeah. I don't know either. Enjoy this bonus unfiltered conversation we're calling A Little More Conversation. I personally wanted to call it Clusterfuckapalooza, but I got outvoted.
Alright, looking ahead, Justin, anything you're looking ahead to the month of June?
Really, the only thing I care about movie-wise is Man of Steel after the mess that was Iron Man 3, and then to semi-mess.
We didn't get to talk about Iron Man 3, but
semi-mess in Star Trek, which, I mean, I like Star Trek, but I have some issues with that film, some big issues. So, Man of Steel.
I mean, yeah. Iron Man 3,
should we just start? Should we just talk about it? Should we just get it out of the way?
We'll make it quick. Iron Man 3.
Spoiler?
No. Spoiler alert.
If you like Lethal Weapon or other action movies,
Bang,
you'll like
Bang,
it. If you like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you'll like it. But if you like,
I don't
if
think
you
you
only
will.
care about comic book movies, you'll probably say fuck this movie.
I don't
If you're
think
looking
you'll
for if you're looking for the best version of Tony Stark, watch Avengers. The best version of Tony Stark ever put to film is still in Avengers. Not Iron Man 1, even though I love Iron Man 1. Not Iron Man 2. Definitely not Iron Man 3.
I don't know. I might say Iron Man 1 is the best.
He balanced it. He balanced funny with action hero in
But the thing with
better than
Avengers
any other
is
movie.
that it was an ensemble, so you didn't get as much Tony Stark as you would maybe want.
I think you got it, though. I think it was the right amount.
I felt him. I felt that. Okay, that's the perfect Tony Stark.
Right.
Iron Man 1 is probably 2 because it's the origin story. So of
I
course
mean,
you're
have
gonna
you
get the
watched
perfect
2
Tony Stark.
recently after watching 3? It's like a masterpiece compared to... It's so much better.
Iron Man 2 is so much better.
What DJ wrote...
3 was like a buddy comedy. That was the problem.
No,
with
it
part
wasn't.
3.
To me...
It's not an Iron Man film.
It wasn't...
It's a buddy. Yeah, it's a buddy comedy.
It wasn't even a Shane Black film. It didn't even feel like that. It felt like a mess. Like they had all these ideas, and they threw it in a bag, and they tried throwing it to, some kind of idea. But like what DJ wrote is probably the best line I've ever really read in a review, that he said that, it's not a step backwards, but to him, to everyone, it's kind of a risky step sideways.
Yeah,
it's going into a different
bad.
direction.
This is the start of Phase 2.
When I watched it, I didn't think it was...
Is this what you're expecting from Phase 2? Though?
I don't know. It didn't seem bad, and then I watched it again, and then it got worse and worse and worse every time I watched it, and there's such a I don't want to it had so much of Dark Knight Rises, like it had these ideas from it that if you line the 2 films up, it's like almost like they watched Dark Knight Rises and they're like, let's kind of use some of these ideas, like the being in love with this girl, and she kind of helps you out, and the whole the clean slate program they somehow both had. It didn't make sense to me.
Are you talking about like the Extremis was kind of like a clean slate type of thing?
Well, he says this is like initiate the clean slate sequence, and then
When he
also
blows up
like destroy all the Iron Man
robots,
suits.
which makes no sense whatsoever.
Spoiler: they destroy a lot of Iron Man suits.
Spoiler alert, the Iron Man suits are made out of Legos because they get destroyed so fast.
Yeah, they get fucked up.
And the biggest plot hole I've ever seen in a film.
Helicopters come to the Stark mansion.
No,
he doesn't
not
send
even
them
that.
Fucking
Not even
robots
that.
out to fight them.
Why didn't he use like all the suits at the time?
I don't know.
Here's the
Why didn't he just
thing.
fuck up those?
He has all the suits with him, and he goes down and he's like, "Oh, I have nothing. I need to rebuild the suit and go fight the bad guy," just like in Dark Knight Rises. And he comes back, but the whole time he had how many friggin' marks did he have? How many suits did he have?
About 45.
34.
He couldn't use one of them.
40 something.
50, maybe even 50 marks.
He
I don't know.
couldn't-
He had
a
a
whole
shit ton
bunch
of
of
marks.
He had more than one. And it made
Yeah.
it sound like he only had one to use. And then all of a sudden they all come flying out from the ground to
In
get destroyed.
Iron Man 1, Obadiah Stane throws Tony Stark's, while he's in the suit, into a bus, then fires 5 missiles into the bus, blows him up. He's fine.
Right.
In Avengers, he falls into a turbine.
Well, that's what happens when you make a lot of suits. When you make a lot of suits, you're gonna have problems. When you make
But
the first suit,
in the
it's
third
perfect.
Iron Man, they're falling apart like they're made of tinfoil.
Dude,
Because
a
they're not
guy
as well made.
a guy punches the suit and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, because when you
Why?
make 50 fucking Iron Man suits, you're gonna have some shitty ones.
It's Tony Stark. He doesn't make shitty ones.
So he only had one.
I don't
good
know. When you
suit?
make 50,
Iron Man only had.
Have
one
you
good
ever made
suit?
an Iron Man suit?
Dude,
Yes.
he made a
No,
suit.
you haven't. Fuck you.
He made a suit that goes into deep space, and this thing
He
comes.
made a Hulkbuster suit.
No, it goes into another galaxy, another dimension.
And a guy punches it and it falls apart.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was a little weak.
A nuclear bomb in
like the
outer
film
space
movie.
blew up in front of him. He fell from another dimension, was slammed into a building by the strongest one there is, and this is fine. Okay? A guy punches him.
Well, that's when he had more pride in his work.
And talk about what a weak villain.
Oh,
Well, yeah. I mean,
well,
I
first
don't
off, it was no villain.
know. It was like, I'm a fireman.
Well,
People shit on
Pierce was the main
People shit on Mickey Rourke's character, and I don't get it.
Compared to-
Rourke's character,
At least Mickey
I was
Rourke's
scared
character
of
was
him.
like canon. It was like, I'm Whiplash. I fight Iron Man because I am a villain.
That movie's a
Mandarin
masterpiece.
could have been a good villain.
compared to Iron Man 3.
They have
and
a
he-
scary villain. Were you afraid of Guy Pearce? I wasn't.
No, I laughed every time he came on.
I was
on the
like,
screen.
who's this guy? He's like kind of a douchebag. He's like he's one step above his character from Prometheus, except he's not old anymore.
How it should have ended had the greatest analogy of that movie when they said they do the scene where Tony's strapped to a bed and Guy Pearce is threatening Tony, and Tony goes to Guy Pearce, hey, you know you're just doing the plot of Incredibles, right? He's like, no, I'm not. He goes, I wronged you when you were a little kid, and then you come back after me and getting revenge. I even have a black friend with a super suit. He's
That
like,
is pretty
fuck.
much what it was.
He goes, it's Incredibles.
When you think about it now, yes.
And there's
Incredible.
certain scenes that feel so forced, like when his when he gets kidnapped, Cheeto, Don Cheeto.
Yeah.
That if you watch that scene, it feels so weird. Just the way it's shot and the way it's thrown together, it just doesn't make sense. It's like why is he there?
It's typical superhero canon movie where it's like you're not breaking any fucking barriers for it.
Here's the thing about this movie,
But
okay?
when you watch the trailer, it's a completely different film.
Yeah, they lied to you. It's like, not
Hey,
lie to
this
you, but they
guy's flying
misdirected
around
you.
in a suit. This movie is like, this guy's not in a suit at all.
Here's my
Barely.
problem with here's my major sum up of why I after a while after I left the theater I started to not like this film. Iron Man 3. Don't get it twisted. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. There's no problem with him in the film.
Well, he's Tony Stark.
He's
I
Tony
wouldn't
Stark.
say
It
he's
doesn't
Iron Man,
matter.
but he's
It's
Tony
just
Stark.
the movie that is surrounding him is not the movie that we were sold to watch.
No.
I was sold on Iron Man dealing with his major nemesis. Imagine if you're watching Dark Knight Rises and Bane ends up being a comedian who who's working for the Gotham government to get rid of Batman. That's essentially
Especially the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, that's essentially
I'm Superman.
He's Superman, but instead of it being Superman, it's this guy named Brandon Routh, and he's apparently looks just like Superman.
He's
and
Bobby
working,
Long.
and he's working for the government to get rid of Batman. That is essentially the plot of Iron Man 3. And when you think about that, you're like, wait, the commercial says I'm going to be dealing with the darkest story Tony Stark has ever dealt with.
Yeah.
The
There's no
darkest
alcohol
story
involved.
that Tony Stark has ever dealt with was a fledgling actor and a guy he wronged that made a company. That's the darkest. If you really want
A
to
guy that he screwed
Hey, man,
over
that's pretty dark.
to go bang
Yeah.
a girl.
Who? How would you
Like a
think
girl.
that a fledgling actor and a guy that was crippled before and was waiting on a roof?
Are you telling me you're
That's dark.
you
Talk about
you
holding
feel
a
more,
grudge. Talk about holding a
you
grudge.
feel you feel more
Well, hey,
threatened
you know.
from a 75-year-old Russell Brand and a fake British person over Mickey Rourke covered in tats telling you that I'm not even trying to kill you. I just want to maim you just so you look weak, so then I can kill you while I destroy everything you love. That is less scary than
you guys shit all over Iron Man 2. You guys are like praising Iron Man 2 now.
Listen, Iron Man 2 has problems, but not as big as this one.
Yeah.
Not when you have your sidekick guy come to Wisconsin to I think it was Wisconsin, right? To go after Tony Stark.
It was like some Midwest, yeah.
And that whole scene with the bar, and then the water tower falling down. It's like, how did he not kill Tony Stark when this guy can blow up and explode?
They're trying to prove that
know.
Tony Stark is not the suit. The suit is Tony Stark, or whatever the fuck. He doesn't need the suit to be badass, is what they're saying. But essentially, Tony Stark is badass without the suit, not because of physical problem. He can outwit you. He's Captain Kirk without the suit. I can figure out a way to defeat you without physical violence when I don't have the suit. That's what makes me awesome. I'm a billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, genius. I don't need the suit to beat you. I don't mean I'm going to beat you in a fist fight. That means I'm going to outthink you.
I'll beat you. Yeah.
I'll think you. I'm not gonna do karate in a fucking diner with some super chick. No, I'm gonna outthink the situation. That's the problem. I mean, it kind of did a little bit of this.
I don't have a problem with that, but at the same time, it's like that's way different than what Iron Man. I want Iron Man to punch people in the face.
Yeah, tonally, the movie is flawed, and it still made $1.1 billion. But I think they did this to open up the gateways for Guardians of the Galaxy, which fine. The tone will work in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's just going to be quirky, weird, crazy. That's fine.
And it's gonna be fine for that. It's not.
Are you really starting out the whole? I mean, is Thor going to be fucking quirky, weird? Thor's going to be like Game of Thrones.
But it wasn't that. That's not the problem. Iron Man 3. It wasn't that it was kind of goofy and quirky. It was that it had so many issues with the script that there were so many holes thrown throughout it. It's almost like they didn't really try to actually put a structure on the story.
You're watching like a superhero movie. You're going to expect like holes.
Well, yeah, you get holes.
Avengers had a shit ton of holes. All of these movies had like a lot of holes.
Yeah,
in
but
them,
this is big. It's
a drastic departure from.
I give him props.
Phase 1 Marvel to Phase 2 Marvel.
But they didn't have to do it for Iron Man. They could have done it with Guardians of the Galaxy. That could have been their twist.
You could have started, but I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be the end of Phase 2. So it's like, do you want to end Phase 2 weird, or do you want to start Phase 2 weird? I don't know.
I put it this way. I think that if you want to introduce interject comedy into stuff, it don't work for Thor. Stay the fuck away from Thor. All right, Iron Man, okay, because Robert Downey Jr. is quirky. You don't have to put, like, if there was a level, let's say, okay, there's a mark that goes straight up in the air, and on one side is gravitas, epicness, Dark Knight Rises, right? Other side is funny, quirky, kick-ass, funny stuff, right? They went too far to the right. They went way too far to the comic stuff. If they would have just been a little bit over and make Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man go farther than that, which it works for Ant-Man, it works for Guardians of the Galaxy, you don't need it for Iron Man. The great thing about Iron Man is you put Iron Man, who is funny, in a serious world, and he thrives in it.
And it's based off of a story that, why didn't they just carbon copy the exact story? Because that story is actually quite fun to watch, and you watch the motion comic of what this is based off of. They could have just did this, except you got something that tried to be funny, and when you're watching it, it's just sad the way it's just weak. You know,
it's a weird way to make Extremis work.
Yeah, Extremis. They could have just
think about this. I'm not
we'll use the alcohol.
Yeah. Well, then they'll never do that. But I mean, the closest you're gonna get was Iron Man 2. Again, a movie that we're praising for some reason. But
they're like, Iron Man 2 is great.
It's amazing. If I'm not trying to rewrite the movie, but if they were worried about when I watch the commercial for Iron Man 3, and I see, okay, they're going to use the Mandarin, all right, they're worried about the racial undertones of it, which, again, nobody gives a fuck. I don't know why they keep giving a shit that they're people scared. In China aren't going to see fucking
Chinese
Iron
people
Man.
Don't watch movies anymore.
You can call it Chinaman versus Iron Man. It's still okay to see it.
Yellow Asian lady.
They'll watch it, but studios are so afraid. Anyway, they did a very good job of making Mandarin worldly. If they were worried about the alien thing, hey, guess what? You just introduced fucking aliens in Avengers, and they ate that shit up like kibble. Then, if you want to use his backstory, his backstory is he has magical / alien rings that gives him all these powers. Why don't you make it where his 10 rings cult that you set up in Iron Man 1, which I guess don't make any sense anymore because you just destroyed in Iron Man 3. If you just said they found one of the fucking Chitauri's tech and they made the rings out of it. There you go. You give him his powers. Yeah. You can fight him. You can keep the gravitas.
You could have missed the entire. You didn't even have to put the extremist plot line in there.
No,
You could have just made it a 10-ring plot line. It's like, oh, I found these fucking rings when these Chitauri fell down. I found 10 Chitauri.
If Mandarin if Mandarin, spoiler alert, is just is just an actor, then what the hell was the terrorist organization that captured him in the first one? Were they all actors too? Yeah. What the hell's going on?
I don't fucking know.
That's where
kind of make too much sense of this shit.
That's where it goes weak. It's like they wanted to create a new character of some sort, and then
they didn't need to.
Right, and that's the problem. And then look at the ending. What do you think about the ending? He kind of gives it up.
Well, the thing with like Iron Man, this movie was like a when I think about Iron Man 3, it was kind of like a standalone movie.
It's like Robert Downey Jr. came back 30 years later just to give one more performance, and that's
it's like, hey, I'm gonna do Lethal Weapon 4, and then we're done. That's kind of what it was.
At least Lethal Weapon 4 was actually written better than this. That's what pisses me
off. And it had a villain who wasn't an actor.
Yeah,
he tried to he beat the shit. He beat the crap out of them worse than any villain has ever fought them before.
Yes. They could have fucked with Jet Li.
Oh my god, he almost murdered them. I think he almost
he nearly killed Mel Gibson.
Yeah, in the water.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he fucking fell down in the dock and he was trapped.
But I mean, if you think about what it was doing, they had house money. If you don't believe me, movie
that's why they did
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though. The movie is flawed, and I said it in my rant earlier. It's so flawed, and it's still made $1.2 billion. Well,
you can make a shitty movie nowadays, and people just go, go to see it. It doesn't.
People buy fucking tickets for fucking Paranormal Activity.
If they were afraid of going the drastic alien tech versus Iron Man tech, kind of racially insensitive Mandarin route, it wouldn't matter. They're still gonna make their goddamn money. So why don't you just go that route, the simple route? They didn't have to go comedy.
I do think, though, Wolverine's not going to make as much as they think it's going to make. It might even be a hell of a lot better.
Remember, that's Fox. They got nothing to do with Marvel.
Right. I'm just saying.
Oh, no. It's not going to make money at all.
Wolverine's going to be an uphill battle for them. It will make money, but I don't think it's going to make
It's because they're in such a large ditch to begin with.
And plus, the way they're making it, it's like so off the fucking deep end.
That girl.
It's like, this isn't fucking Wolverine. Wolverine's barely fighting people. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's going to be the best representation of Wolverine.
Oh, sure.
What scares me is that script has been redone 20 times. So that's going to be all over the map.
Just like this movie.
It is James Mangold. I trust in James Mangold, so I'm okay with it.
But honestly, I thought this was going to be the second best movie of the summer. And,
I thought it was going to... I didn't want to pick it because I thought it was too much of a foregone conclusion. Yeah. That's my big Star Trek.
And I think Kick-Ass 2 might be better than Iron Man 3.
From what I've seen from Iron Man 3.
But I think at the same time, you're not expecting a lot from Kick-Ass 2. Iron Man, you were like, this is fucking Iron Man 3.
It was the foregone conclusion of the summer. That's why I figured they had... That's why I keep saying they had house money. It was a foregone conclusion. Everybody and their grandmother was going to see it.
No matter what we say about Iron Man 3, that movie made $1 billion.
It's the fucking 5th highest grossing film ever.
So you know what Shane Black says? Hey, all these podcasters, all these dickheads that are talking shit about the Iron Man 3, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Or you know what? He's saying some shit from Predator. It's like, hey, my wife's got a big pussy. She's got a big pussy. It's like, why did you say it twice? I did it.
And I think the biggest problem is in Star Trek. When you created a character who I thought...
You want to talk about Star Trek? Let's go, because I'm in the minority here. I love Star Trek.
I do too.
I think I texted Matt like right after. I'm like, dude, I can't get out of the theater. I love this film.
I loved it too.
You said you were crying.
I was on the verge of tears. Now again, I'm not saying that it's better than Wrath of Khan. Wrath of Khan is the best.
There were parts that I was tearing up.
But here's the problem.
It's fine.
Here's the problem. Biggest problem. Go ahead. It's a great film. That's the problem, because it's lazy writing. Halfway through the film, you're just taking another script and reversing everything and thrown in the main ideas from Wrath of Khan. Now, if they just kept it how it was in the beginning I was enjoying the whole entire film, and they kept it, Harrison as a new character, as this rogue agent or whatever, that, even if he was a superhuman, that's fine. That's all they had to do. But you had to turn him into, spoiler alert, Khan, and then you have to
we already knew that.
I know, and that's fine. And you know what you could have done?
I questioned it, but I didn't know it. So,
and I questioned it too. That scene where they have him frozen and they put him in there. I thought like the actual captain was going to be Khan. Like he was just a second guy under him.
Robocop could have been Khan.
And he
Weller. You're talking about Peter Weller?
I was thinking like a kind of like a Spielberg Indiana Jones kind of thing where they're putting him away into a the hangar, and then you find out that he took his commander's name, who happened to be Khan, and he was just a rogue agent who was trying to seem like he was Khan, and that was fine. But then you reverse James from dying as is dying, except for Spock who died, and both going crazy and both screaming Khan. You're just reversing it. It just felt lazy, and then you throw in the cameo of Spock that felt so forced and unneeded that it really threw me out of the film. Though I still love it. I still love the film.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I'll kind of like I'll be the opposite. I mean when they put the Spock cameo in there, and they're talking about the whole Wrath of Khan angle with Spock talking to Spock about it, it's like, wow, that's pretty fucking beautiful.
You like that?
When I heard that, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool that they actually took the time to give people who knew about the whole Khan angle that thing, and then Spock looks so sad. He's like, man, like he's like more than you'll ever know. It's like that's fucking deep. That was a little like, damn. That's pretty good.
I couldn't buy it.
Let me talk about the good first. The good first is we've always talked about. Well, at least I've tried to talk about Star Trek as the casting for that movie. These movies
Spot
now,
on.
It's so perfect. It's literally like what makes the movies always great for me. I mean, Chris Pine is probably the wayward one, and when Chris Pine is your wayward casting, you're fine.
Pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is not bad casting here.
No.
Benedict Cumberbatch, who I've been touting since Sherlock, as Khan.
Or John Harrison.
John Harrison, excuse me. He's so good. The problem, this is the thing. I think he's such a good actor. I think he would have been a better, different character. I remember what Justin was saying. It'd been awesome if he was a different character. I really wish if they would have done Khan, they would have left it, which they were trying. It was to get Benicio del Toro. That's because he reminds you of the Ricardo Montalban thing. And when I thought about that, I was right there. I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? They're not doing Wrath of Khan, even though they're remaking that ending part. They're not redoing Wrath of Khan. They're doing Space Seed Khan. And Space Seed Khan was more about his intellect, not, taking over the ship and quoting Moby Dick. That's why he doesn't quote Moby Dick, because he doesn't have... That was the only books he had on whatever, the City Alpha 5 or whatever the fuck it was. They were doing the younger version of Khan. If this Benedict Cumberbatch character comes back in another movie, then he will be like the Wrath of Khan. But be that as a way, his Khan is awesome. He's scary as. Remember, I'm coming off of the Mandarin,
right?
So you
right.
understand.
No. Right. I mean,
it's not a very fucking high bar to go
it's
off.
It's good. He's great, and I love the dialogue, and I love his acting, and I love everything about it. It's just he just had to have been Harrison. That would have been fine. I don't know why you have to.
If you could have made him John Harrison, you didn't have to say Khan.
No.
Yeah. It was a plot they didn't need, but I just figured one. You gotta. I guess it's the same thing with kind of sadly with Iron Man. You gotta have a lot of balls to do what these two films did. You gotta have a lot of balls. Iron Man, for as much as I don't like what they did to the Mandarin, you know how big your balls must be.
Yeah, that's like let's make Mandarin nothing. Like Mandarin is nothing to us. Basically, they said Mandarin is not coming back because he's not a real person.
Yeah, but it's to me, it's like you're lowering yourself down to try to bring people in. Like let's give it to him. Let's give Khan, great Star Trek nemesis. Let's just throw that in there, and it just felt lazy. And then you start, and if that was fine, then it would have been, if that was it would have been better. But then you have to have Spock scream Khan, and have
that was the only part of them redoing the Wrath of Khan.
It's a throwback. It's kind of like it's a little bit for the crowd. It's like, hey,
I don't care for that.
I would rather it'd have been fine to me if.
What's the next film? The next film, are they going to be? They're going to be going for more whales.
Yeah, talking whales.
Whatever the fuck they are. Here's the thing about the Wrath of Khan redo they did, where they flipped it. One, I think they're just trying to reestablish again the timeline's fucked. So everything that you saw from Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock and the whales one is not going to be the same. Khan isn't the way Khan was because Kirk didn't find Khan. Fucking Marcus found Khan. There was no Space Seed episode. The Space episode was replaced with when Marcus found Khan and made him build fucking weapons and shit.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, but the whole thing with Spock, create a new iconic character. The whole thing with Spock, there was like a Khan thing because like Spock died. Spock got killed by Khan, so he got killed by Roberto Montalban at some point. So there's still that parallel universe. Parallel dimension thing that they're still working with.
Like in this parallel universe, somebody's gonna have to die by Khan's hand, but it's not gonna be the same person. It's gonna be Kirk.
Have you watched Half in the Bag episode on this?
No, not yet. I heard they made one. I hadn't seen it yet.
Watch it. It explains everything perfectly.
Because I figured this. I figured if they're going to climb that map, they're going to say, look, we're going to redo Wrath of Khan, we're going to flip it because this is a different alternate timeline. Balls. Huge testicles, okay? Big huevos, right? So once they started doing it, I was like, okay, I'm in. Take me. I owe you this. For the simple fact that your movies have been, good. All right, I'll follow you. Okay, it's not like it's not like Transformers where they've been fucking you from the word go, and then they're gonna just now they're gonna take something else.
Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from day one.
Yeah. One shall stand, one shall fart, and then they're just change everything around and whatever they're gonna do. Right. So at least these guys have collateral. They have house money to do stuff like this. Right. I'm like, okay, fine, do it. And when they did it, the death scene's not bad. The only part I ever had a problem with of that whole thing was him screaming Khan. I thought it would have been awesome, one, if Spock, instead of screaming Khan, would have just said, like, did it more understated. Like, don't even scream it, just say it. Yeah. And then end the movie there. End the fucking movie right there, right? Next movie deals with getting Khan because Khan escapes and gets his blood. That would have been fucking awesome.
Well,
the search for Kirk or whatever the fuck, that would have been...
I'm watching that movie and they take his blood, And I'm like, oh, that's gonna come back later. That's gonna that's gonna help somebody.
But they alluded to it earlier with the little kid that was in the guy who blew up the fucking library or whatever. That's the first hint that his blood brings people back to life.
It's so like in half in the Bag. They said that they felt that scene was just made just to give you that wink,
yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you know.
I think it would have been. I would have been fine if they would have ended the movie right there.
Yeah,
and then
that'd been cool.
And then or end the movie right when Carl Urban sees the triple alive, and make the whole third movie instead of the search for Spock. The search for Kirk. Yeah. But I guess they didn't want. They
could have been Zero Dark.
Yeah, I mean, but the way you got to think about the whole thing is like. The way it's made for this crowd now these days, it's like
give it to me now.
You need resolution. Give me a fucking ending.
No cliffhangers.
Yeah.
No cliffhangers. I want to know.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I love this film, but at the same time, I'm like, it just felt lazy at the end. Like and what's your boy from Prometheus had his hand in the script as well. So I thought, I'll blame it on him.
Lindelof.
And he was complaining. People were complaining to him on Twitter about things in the film, and he was getting pissy with them, saying that I'll do better next time. I
don't want you next.
I think a lot of people give Lindelof a lot of shit though. That's fucked up. I mean,
one of them was named me.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, but does he deserve it?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I think he has big ideas, but they're so big that I think the audience who they're like, oh, fuck this shit, it's too big.
I call him almost there guy. Lost, almost there. Prometheus, almost there. Star
Dude,
Trek.
Almost
there.
You know he rewrote the end of World War Z too.
Oh Jesus! World War Z is another film that just looks shittier and shittier.
Why is he the guy that everyone needs him to write the ending to their film?
I don't know why.
Why is that?
To be honest with you,
that's
I don't
like
know.
the 5th time I've heard that with the fifth film.
They always think that Lindelof is the answer for a lot of things. I don't think he is, but
what has he done that makes everyone go, shit?
Lost.
Let's get the guy in from Lost to do the ending.
I guess
because
so.
that ending was perfect.
What are you looking ahead to anything, Matt?
Superman, in spite of the director, I'm still looking forward to it.
You son of a bitch!
No
Look! I want you.
In spite of Zack Snyder, I'm looking forward to Superman.
I want you to put your hand on the Bible, okay?
Well, could it be the Torah?
Okay, put your hand on the Torah, all right, and tell me that Superman Man of Steel does not look like the best film this year.
It looks good.
It looks fucking awesome.
Okay, not of the year. I'll say it's
the summer. Sorry.
It's the best film of the summer. It's not going to be the best film of the year. Come on now.
When we first had that discussion, I'm like, well, it looks at the time I didn't see a lot of stuff, and Justin was like, I think Man of Steel will be great. I'm like, yeah, it looks okay. Then I saw like the 5th trailer. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so weird awesome. That like, when I see Zod, it's like Zod's a big dude. It's like when I think of Zod now and Zod before, it's
look at the way when he punches Superman. Look at the way Superman flies into a building. That is perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then when he punches Zod, he flies into a building too. Dude, cool.
Dude, he's sliding Zod on the ground and he's punching him in the face.
It's like he's punching him like he was like punching like Darkseid in the cartoon.
When you see Superman being pulled into a pool of skeletons.
Oh my god! I was like, "What the?"
Yeah, that's weird. It's like I want to see how they work that into. It's like, are they putting them to
a dead
planet?
I heard, people worry about the 11 trailers, 11 TV spots that they put out, and like the 6 trailers. Apparently, they've only shown like of the action, like 5% maybe, if anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
the thing about Zod reminds me of like kind of Metallo. Like I wish it was Metallo more than Zod personally. That's my personal opinion. But he's got that whole kind of like.
I think what they wanted to do is just not necessarily do an origin story, but also fit it in. So like, there's that whole thing with his dad, putting them into the Phantom Zone and whatnot. So I think that's the only reason why you have the
Phantom Zone or something like that. Yeah.
And Wayne Industries mentions in the movie.
Or be destroyed.
If Warner is smart,
Warner Brothers, get off your ass, do something.
Wayne Industries.
Well, he said in an interview the other day. He said
First of all, it's Wayne Enterprises, but whatever.
They have.
If they say Wayne Industries, this will be
Wayne Productions.
What? You guys obviously have no fucking idea what.
And Bruce Wayne's only a millionaire.
Yeah, he's only a millionaire.
He just won the lotto.
I have $1.1
million.
Like, man, you are so rich.
Should we tell him? Should we tell him?
Gotham City's a shithole.
Go ahead.
Poor Bruce Wayne.
He's like he works for like Austin Powers World.
Yeah. It's like,
I have $1.1 million. Oh my god.
God, Bruce, you're so rich.
But if you
why would you just say a gazillion?
Should we tell him it's Monopoly money?
Yeah, it's Monopoly money.
Yeah.
But the director you don't like, Matt. Every interview I've heard from him, all he does is say things that encourage me. Everything he says.
I guess the whole thing with this is that he doesn't have running zombies, so it's fine.
He knows that he's probably one of the few.
But at the same time, I kind of still want to see World War Z that has super fast fucking zombies that are like rolling over buses and shit.
Ant zombies.
It might be that World War Z. It's probably gonna go down as like the most expensive movie ever made.
It is.
Yeah, it's fucked up though. It's like, how does that happen?
Why is that movie expensive? Why?
Because they had to rewrite it like 5 times, and they had to shoot like in 4 different countries, and
a lot of problems.
A lot of fucking problems. But I still want to see it.
Love him or hate him, Matt. Love him or hate him. The guy knows how to. Zack Snyder knows how to shoot an action scene. I know you hate slow motion. But of all the directors working today,
Superman doesn't seem like it has a lot of slow motion. Hopefully,
the only thing it seems like it has is that, like I said before, the the amateur camera angle where it
shakes
and then it zooms in, which I might have issues with, but that's at least you get some good action sequences. But like he said in the interviews that he has the world of the Justice League in his world, so it's nice to hear that, because when you see that photoshopped online where you have, you know, the Man of Steel and you have Christian Bale's Batman side by side, I look at that and go, if I die and don't get to see something like that on screen, then fuck this world. My life has just been a waste.
Yeah. Just do a world's finest.
You
don't have to do a Justice League.
You have to have
so easy.
Bruce Wayne verbally beat down the indestructible Man of Steel. That's all I want to see on screen. It's just him come in, steal Superman's woman.
Or just do a fucking Dark Knight Returns, and I'll be fine with that too.
Here's my problem with Christopher Nolan's Batman. The difference between
there's a lot of problems.
Here's the difference between Christopher Nolan's Batman and the animated series Batman, and even Tim Burton's Batman. Christopher Nolan's Batman, not that smart.
Serious. Well, not that smart and super fucking serious.
Not smart. Like
he doesn't have the one-liners like I've said.
Well, it's pigeonholed.
What I've said, you know,
Batman. That one is pigeonholed.
Batman Returns.
Batman.
Best line.
God,
Batman Returns is the best line he's ever said, and it's the greatest Batman line ever.
Shut up! You're going to jail.
Shut up! You're going to jail.
Shut up! You're going to jail.
I love that line. That is so fucking John McClane.
It's so badass, Batman.
Shut up! You're going to jail.
He's like trying to talk to me. He's like, no, shut up! You're going to jail.
Shut the fuck up.
It's like, where's he going? Blackgate prison, or is he going to send his ass to Arkham? I don't know.
My favorite line from Batman in any incarnation has to be Bruce Conroy in Justice League Doom. I think it must have been Justice League Doom.
Bruce Conroy.
Well, when he's sitting in the Batcave.
Kevin Conroy. Is it Kevin Conroy?
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy.
You combine the two.
Yeah, he's so much Batman. He's Bruce. They're sitting in the watchtower.
Oh, the wouldn't you line.
Yeah, he said, he goes, if you think that setting up a contingency plan, or something like, if you didn't think that setting up a contingency plan to stop us is a bad idea, then you're damn fools. That
was Doom,
and then he
right?
drops the mic and walks away.
He walks off. He goes.
I'm teleporting my ass back to Gotham.
Because they're voting on whether to keep him because they found out he made all these.
That was Doom, right?
That was Doom. Yeah, that was Doom. And they're voting. He's just like, you don't need to vote. I'm out.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go, man.
Deuces. I got all the time in the world. You don't, but I do. He turned into.
I'm a human. You guys aren't.
He turned into
a fucking pimp, man.
Like a pimp. He goes, "You're damn."
That's how Batman is, though. That's how Batman's dialogue is. He never says anything.
To be that way.
But when he does, he destroys the strongest, most indestructible people, aliens, whatever you want to call them, that are on this planet.
They are. They're aliens and mythological beings.
That can verbally spar with Batman is the Joker. That's it. There's nobody else in the DC.
Because it's the same fucking person. That's why.
Bane should not be outthinking Batman. Not saying that Bane is dumb.
Well, no.
I'm just saying that
Bane can outthink Batman to a certain degree.
Physically, yeah. I'm not saying that Bane's stupid. I'm
saying
physically.
I think mentally.
Well, in the
I'm
comics,
not saying that. I'm not saying that
Bane's
dumb. I'm just saying that.
He wasn't like you, Batman or other.
Yeah, he wasn't like, Bane, smash your face.
It's not just let's steal the Hawk line and have him say,
it wasn't that.
Smash.
Bane, smash your back, Batman. And you know what? What's even more fucked up about the Batman and Robin thing is that he didn't even try to break his back. He tried to break Robin and Batgirl's back.
Why do you even remember that? But no,
because it's sad. I'm sad. I'm sad about it.
My point is, even in fucking Batman and Robin, Bruce Wayne is smart. Christopher Nolan, for some reason, makes Christian Bale's Batman not smart. You think Bruce Wayne is going to be outthought by Bane? Bane is smart, yes.
No,
tactically he's smart.
Degree, yes.
Yes, he's smart. I'm not saying he's dumb. But Bruce Wayne is not. He was so much smarter than Bruce Wayne. It was like not even fair. It was like he got outsmarted by Talia, Scarecrow, the Joker, everybody you could think of. Ra's al Ghul,
stock guy number 8.
I'll buy Scarecrow because it's Batman Begins. So you think of like Batman Year One. Batman doesn't know a lot of shit, so he's gonna get outsmarted.
Okay, after Batman.
So in Batman Begins, Batman, Dark Knight, Joker's the same. Joker's Batman,
fine.
But
if Joker
villain.
outthinks Batman, I'm I'm cool with it because Joker's smart. He's a
But
genius.
then Batman Rises, like, it follows the comic to a certain degree where Bane kind of breaks down Batman to that certain degree where Batman is so, like, not in his zone. Batman's not in his zone anymore, so Bane is able to not only, like...
You think Bruce Wayne's losing... I'll just come out with it. You think Bruce Wayne's losing all his goddamn money? You think Bruce Wayne's losing all his money? Are you serious?
Well, it wasn't his decision to lose his money, though.
What do you mean it wasn't his decision?
Well, because the whole thing was like the whole stock market thing, where it's like they bet on bad bets.
You think Batman doesn't have contingency plans in case the stock market crashes?
I don't know.
He has contingency plans
Rule number one.
to stop all of crime in Gotham if you wanted to.
Rule number one.
But they didn't make that a big... No, that was kind of a plot
The biggest
hole.
problem with
when I think about it, it's a plot hole.
is the beginning.
Biggest problem with that.
Batman would never take 8 years off over a girlfriend.
He would never quit, ever.
That's the biggest
Superman says it in Justice League.
Well, it was a girlfriend and it was Harvey Dent, too.
Superman says it in Justice League. Superman says the dark side. That man will never quit as long as there is a breath in his body. The dude outran an Omega beam. He's not quitting because of
you have to think of what like version of Batman you're going to be talking about.
Right, and that's the problem.
About, like,
that's our point.
There's too many versions of Batman.
Well, no.
Even if if you read the Batman stuff now, that's the new 52 Batman. It's a totally different Batman than the other Batman.
Well, it's his son, isn't it? It's Damian Wayne or whatever. Damian Wayne or whatever.
Well, no. Damian Wayne is Robin, and by the way, he's dead now.
Spoiler alert.
Finally, he killed his... Spoiler alert, but Damian Wayne's dead, thank God. Because he was a prick anyway. Because he was always talking shit to Tim Drake.
Oh, God.
Tim Drake should have fucking drop-kicked his ass.
It's like, look, dude, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, Tim Drake should have said, fuck you.
Dude, if you look at every incarnation of Batman, I'll go down the list.
But they're still good. That's the thing. It's still good.
They're good.
But
I'm just saying...
The problem is...
They're all good, but they're all different.
The problem is the dialogue.
For what it is.
Okay. If I take Batman the animated series, Kevin Conroy, nobody's out... That's why I always love him the most, because...
That's the best. That's the smartest Batman.
Smartest Batman you're going to get. Bruce Greenwood's Batman on Young Justice... Just as smart. Super smart. He's in the Red Hood one. Just as smart.
Oh, yeah, that was him.
Yeah, never outsmart. Bruce Greenwood, by the way, Star Trek reference. Awesome in Star Trek Into Darkness.
Dinner
so
for
good.
Schmucks.
So I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You know what? It's interesting when he dies, and Spock puts his hand on his face.
I thought that was coming back somewhere.
Yeah, because it seemed like he read something that he needed to tell Kirk.
I thought he was going to mind meld with Kirk right after that,
and say something like, "Oh, by the way, he really was your real father," or something like that. But no,
Thor, not your father.
You'll find that in part 3.
Part 3.
But no, whatchamacallit? Even Michael Keaton Batman, genius. He dealt with the Joker from the word go. So the Penguin and what's his name, Shrek, ain't outsmarting him. Okay, not happening. Val Kilmer Batman.
Whatever.
Still pretty smart. He wasn't.
He's rich, but he's not that smart.
He was smart.
Well, he knew riddles. He knew about riddles. He was a riddle master.
He knew riddles, and he pretty much outthought Nicole Kidman, which is not that hard.
Well, hey, chicks, take the car.
Dr. Chase Meridian.
Meridian. Do you like the circus? Do you like the circus?
What a weird pickup line. Hey, you like the circus?
I would have break this door down and then give you a weird doll.
Obsessed with dolls, Doctor?
Yeah. Oh, God. Basically, it's call you bats.
It's called an ink blot. The thing is, do you see something with that?
I see.
What the fuck's an ink
I see
blot?
a vagina. I see a vagina. Do you like the circus?
To me.
Do you like the circus?
George Clooney Batman.
Harvey, I'm Batman. Nobody can hear him because everybody's yelling.
I forgot that movie.
What do you want, Harvey?
I forgot that line. He's yelling at
Harvey.
And he's wondering, like, why is somebody hearing me?
I'm Batman.
It's a fucking loud circus, and there's
You're
a
not
bomb in the
supposed to
middle
be
of the
the
circus.
one that kills him. You're not supposed to be even. You're not even supposed to be Two-Face. The time period's messed up.
He starts yelling out flaws. Sense. He keeps yelling out flaws of the movie.
The origin story of Robin. I think I left my keys in my car. Can anyone
too old to be Robin? Dick Grayson's 20 years older than he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Why is he an adult
Dick
child?
Grayson's as old as I am. What is this?
Is this bullshit? Sit down, Wayne. Get out of the way.
I can't have a ward as young as me.
He looks like that character. That actor in that movie with the ice and the mountain and the thing that we've seen many times. How many times have you seen that movie? Like,
have you seen Vertical Limit? It's
that's
awesome.
what the movie's called. By the way, I'm Batman. And yes, I paid my taxes. If anyone's here from the IRS.
Yeah, the ones that are.
We're listening into this conversation.
Excuse me, Batman. Did you pay your
time?
The only thing I'm looking forward to.
We're back to that.
We're back to that again. The only thing I'm looking forward to this month against Man of Steel. This season or this month starts the last season of the show that nobody on this podcast but me watches, called Burn Notice. It's the final season.
This is the last season.
This is when the flame goes out.
Yeah, finally.
Cold
about
notice.
Time. See, everybody's like, where's the show's ending?
Frostbite notice.
One black guy's watching it. We can't end it now.
This one black guy's still watching. But no, it's the first
affirmative action.
Matthew Nix, who I give him a lot of credit. He's pretty much, Burn Notice is one of those great shows where you kind of take The Equalizer, which they're making into a film now, and A-Team, and you make it into like you combine the A-Team with The Equalizer, and you get Burn Notice.
How about Ironside?
No, that's a new.
With your boy.
Oh, God.
He's got your boy in it.
Who's my boy? Who's my boy now?
Morris Chestnut.
Oh fuck.
I think it's Morris Chestnut or Blair Underwood.
Blair Underwood. Fucking Blair Underwood, L.A. Law, Blair Underwood. But no, Burn Notice looks like it's gonna end pretty well. It has the immortal Bruce Campbell in it, Gabriel Anwar for Things to Do in There When You're Dead, and Sharon Gleese from a show that none of you who were alive when it came out.
What the fuck?
What?
She's from an old cop show. She's from an old cop show, but she's a very good actress. A lot of good. I'm watching the first episode of Burn Notice, and like it was a heroes reunion. Horn-rimmed glasses was in it, and the guy who does he does Tony Stark's voice now. He's like the Kevin Conroy of Iron Man.
He's like the Nolan North.
Yeah. He has the wings from Heroes. Adrian Pasdar, I think his name is.
Oh shit! Oh, the mayor,
the president. Was he a president, or the governor, or the senator?
Oh, he was like in that Days of Future Past episode, he was like the president, like New York, or governor.
Yeah. Siler took over his mind.
He has like wings. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like they were both on the episode. I'm like, is this like a heroes reunion? I'm waiting to see the guy with the crooked smile show up. What's the name? His brother, the guy who had the crooked smile. I forget his fucking name.
What, in Heroes?
Yeah.
The guy was in Rocky Balboa.
He's in Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, he was Rocky's son.
You're lying.
He's got like a weird name. He was also in he was in that That's My Boy, that Adam Sandler movie.
That's what.
He was a guy who was supposed to be
he was the brother of
military.
His son that was marrying.
You
want me to spoil it for you? Because you'll never watch it.
Spoil That's My Boy for DJ. He deserves it.
That's a horrible.
Please don't spoil an Adam Sandler movie for me.
It's got Vanilla Ice in it too.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. He plays the daughter of the girl from Gossip Girl, who's getting married to
what's
Adam.
Her name? Fucking
Blake Lively.
No,
not her.
The more attractive one.
Not Kristen Cavallari.
Kristen Bell.
No.
What's the one that looks? Who's the one that looks like Minka Kelly?
Minka Kelly.
No, okay, not Minka Kelly.
The girl from Psych.
The girl from Roommates.
Nicole.
You ever see Roommates?
Who's the one that looks like Minka Kelly?
Rachel Lee Cook?
No.
Huh?
It's not the naming out attractive white women now.
Oh, not Rachel Bilson.
White women.
And
that's
the one that looks like Minka Kelly. She was in the movie.
Olivia Wilde? I don't know. I'm just throwing people out.
That Roommate movie.
Why don't we just Google it?
Shit.
The internship says no.
If Nicole doesn't know, nobody knows.
It's the girl from Roommates.
What the hell's Roommates?
Yeah, the roommate, yeah.
What the hell's Roommates? Who's in Roommates again?
Wasn't she in Entourage also?
She probably popped
Rachel
up.
Lee Cook? You sure it's not Rachel Lee Cook?
Rachel Lee Cook? What the fuck? She looks like Winona Ryder.
I don't know.
Leighton Messenger?
Yeah, Leighton Meester. Leighton Meester.
Leighton Meester. Oh yeah. I'd have been here for 19 years. I'd have never gotten a name.
she's
That's how fucking
married.
good we are. We're fucking. We get down to business.
Andy.
We're like Batman.
Not Chris Nolan Batman.
We're fucking ultimate like detective Batman. We're like Batman Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. Peter Weller from Star Trek.
Yeah, it's like this would be a good way to die.
Think about Star Trek.
This would be a good death.
The unsung hero of Star Trek to me, Peter Weller, is fucking awesome in that
Dude,
movie.
he was so good in that movie. It's like that's Robocop.
I know.
I don't care what he's in. He's Robocop.
Justin, you might have problems with that movie, but man, you cannot deny Peter Weller was fucking
so
awesome. Everything he says in that movie just sounds awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. What is it?
I want to go back and watch Star Trek.
Yeah,
for fucking Peter Weller now.
Say what you gotta say, Kirk. Tomorrow's too late.
Yes.
I have this unbelievable ship that can still catch
Kill
you.
everything. What is it?
So
He
good.
says something like, "Come on, Kirk, don't be shy."
Show me your penis.
He looked at James Kirk and said, like, Kirk, what do you got to say?
How big are...
He knew Kirk wanted to say some
He
shit.
goes, "Oh shit, you talk to him."
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Shit. I gotta
So
go.
good, man.
Shit, I gotta go cancel my Netflix account before I get charged again.
Kirk, I gotta cancel my Netflix.
Another $9. I can't afford this.
Shit.
I already saw Arrested
I
Development.
spent all this money on this large-ass ship that would never have made it through Starfleet.
I wonder if that like big ship had Wi-Fi.
No, shit.
Oh.
I forgot.
No,
My-
Wi-Fi.
I think
Damn it.
my favorite line of his, other than "Say what you gotta say, Kirk. Tomorrow's too late," is the one where he's on the bridge. He goes, "You're gonna have to kill me."
Yeah.
Gets his head crushed.
He's so fucking awesome. I'm like sitting there like, damn.
Damn.
That's the real.
Man, RoboCop don't give a fuck.
That's the real part of that
You
movie
should
that,
know that.
people don't realize, that it's like Django. Like, you think that Leonardo DiCaprio is the villain of the movie. Khan is not the villain of Into the Darkness.
No.
Peter fucking Weller.
RoboCop is.
RoboCop is.
I'm not gonna even call him Peter Weller.
I call him RoboCop.
You know what? I don't even know his name from Star Trek. He's fucking RoboCop.
Admiral Marcus, but I don't care.
All right, thank God. He's RoboCop. But you know what's so badass about that? Peter Weller has been both like a villain in Star Trek, RoboCop, and he's been Batman.
Yes. And he's a genius, by the
Batman.
way. I don't know if anybody knows this.
Dude, he's smart
he's
as hell.
super smart.
Dude, he teaches at Syracuse. He's like a professor at Syracuse.
Imagine
guy's smart.
you're getting a lecture from fucking. All right, I'm gonna tell you about the new atoms.
I would sign up for this for one class. I don't care if it costs like
Dead or alive,
$2,000.
I'm teaching you.
You're coming with me. Dead or alive, I'm teaching your ass.
You better show up to class or there'll be trouble.
Yeah, he shows up. He goes into class. He surveys the class. He's like, "Bitches leave."
That's not even him. That's Red
Yeah,
Foreman.
it's not even him. But he'll take that class. He'll
I'll
take
buy
that line.
that soda for $1.
I'll buy your answer for $1.
Completely different people.
I know, but he's just doing a lot.
I don't
He's
care.
just doing voices.
Do every.
He's doing
line
Ed 209 all of a sudden.
Yeah, he'll do Ed 209. He'll be like, yeah, come with me, it'll be trouble. It's like somebody says something, he's like, fuck you.
Dude, if he said that, I would scream it out. I think I'm gonna watch
Every
Star
life-
Trek again just so I can watch all of his scenes. His scenes in Star Trek are so good. He's only in it for like 10 minutes, but they're the greatest 10 minutes of cinema.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's so
Was
damn
it Red in a Star Trek film?
What? No, yeah, he was in Undiscovered Country.
Yeah, that would have been
He was an
great.
alien.
good.
He was
That
the
would've been
president
great
of the
if the two of them
He was the
worked
president
together.
of this. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wouldn't that be great?
I would pay $1 million.
Lewis.
Bitches leave.
They'll fix you
Just
later. Or they'll fix you. They
Star
fix
Commanders
everything.
leave.
Oh man. What did he say to Kirk with the missile? He goes, "You fly to the edge of negative zone, you fire the missile, and you haul ass out of there."
Looking for me.
He's so good.
Peter
Christ.
Weller's a genius. I don't give a fuck. He's a genius.
He is. He literally is a genius.
Oh Jesus.
Excuse me.
All right.
I have to go. Somewhere there's a class happening.
After he sticks that fucking like big ass spike in your neck.
It's his ruler. It's like he slapping your
Yeah,
hand.
it's like
He just
this is a
stabs you in the
log.
neck. He stabs you in the neck. Pay attention.
And then God, it'd be great if like some student came in, and had the name like Murphy or something like that, and just threw him into a hole. Craze.
Like, hey, so you're Murphy, huh?
I'm Murphy.
I've heard that name before.
I'll fuck you up.
Back up. Back up, punk.
Drop it.
And then Dick Jones is the principal.
Oh no.
This is the greatest school ever.
You fucked with the wrong guy. Fuck you.
Oh God. Frank Miller's just wandering around
aimlessly.
Dick Jones, bitch.
And get the kid in there. With the suit and
He gets the
tie.
kid from Sequest. Is that the kid from Sequest that kills himself?
The kid from part 3?
Yeah. 2.
Oh,
Part 2.
God. You know, people
Part
shit on
two.
part 3. I like part
It's
3.
part 2, isn't it? Part 2.
Well, part 3.
No, part 2 was with the big robot.
Yeah. Part
Where he like
with
rips
Nuke-
out his
with,
brain.
With
and
Nuke,
smashes
Yeah,
it.
no,
drug
the kid,
Nuke.
the kid that's selling the drugs and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was part 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
part
it was
two.
part 2.
Yeah.
Frank Miller wrote
Right.
that one.
That's
I don't know why he like disowned that one. Part 2 was cool.
Part
Yeah.
3 was not Peter Weller.
Part 3
was someone else.
Part 3 has samurais.
Samurais.
Yeah, it had samurais in that shit. It had a jetpack.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Splatterpunks, man. Splatterpunks don't fuck around.
Part 2 ends with Robocop tweaking his helmet.
Yeah.
If you remember that,
Like, hey, your name is Robocop.
he
He's
has
like,
a-
my name is fucking Murphy.
he has
Fuck
a
you.
socket wrench and he starts tweaking his helmet and it it smashes the black. It's so awesome because it just ends like the end. Sorry.
That's how I think Game of Thrones should end. When Lady Stark got her neck cut, like in a split second, I think you should have saw just a frame of blood shooting out, and then it should have cut black. I don't think it should have cut black after she fell.
She fell down. Yeah.
It would have been so much better if they cut the black when.
Or like right before the next.
Well, but I kind of like seeing it, like the blood. That
You
blood
want to-
shooting.
They kind of
wanna see that
did that
fight.
with Ned Stark though, when they kind of cut away right before.
They did cut before his head came off.
Which is funny. They cut the head coming off, but yet they show everyone's neck getting
Show-
ripped open,
ripped in pieces.
Yeah. Everybody else getting
and
like, fucking stabbed in the stomach.
getting stabbed.
A baby getting murdered before the mother.
Oh my God.
Stab.
Yeah.
See ya, peace. Mic drop stabbing.
Talk about holding a grudge. I mean,
Oh my God. I mean,
You know, get the fuck over it. But you know what's hilarious about the entire thing? It's like a friend of ours and Nicole. They both noticed that. What's his name? Who was the guy who was in charge of the twins? The guy that like ordered the entire thing.
fucking. You know I'm bad with the names on that show.
Yeah, the guy who was like, "Oh, you a big like nice tits and a tight fit." That guy.
Yeah.
Who was hilarious.
The phrase guy.
The phrase Walter Frey.
Yeah.
That guy's in fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah,
man.
he's a fucking wizard guy or teacher or whatever.
He's a fucking. He's like the janitor. He's not a
teacher guy.
wizard.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a janitor.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's like born from both. Like he's born.
is he
from
the Matt
two
Damon
wizards.
character?
Yeah. He's like Good Will Hunting. He's like Good Will Hunting. He's like writing shit all over the fucking walls. It's like, hey, I know wizard stuff, but I can't do anything wizard shit. He's like the Matt Damon of Harry
And then,
Potter.
and then Robocop. And then
Yes.
Robocop comes in. He's like, "Hey, you.
Yes.
You didn't have to use actual shit.
Hey.
I could have gave you a pen
Yes.
if you just asked. You didn't actually have to use feces to write
Step
on that
away
board."
from the blackboard. Punk.
Yeah, punk. Drop it.
Drop
your chalk.
Drop the chalk. Yo,
Drop your broom.
I'm so mad.
Or there will be
I'm so mad. Justice
magic.
said there was. He's the
There will be
Goodwill
sorcery.
Hunting. He's the Goodwill Hunting character in Harry
He's
Potter.
the Good Will Hunting of fucking Harry Potter. Yes. It's like, holy shit, that is him.
It's like
That's
good.
fucked up.
Imagine Goodwill Hunting with that old ass man.
Oh, it'd be even better.
Oh my God, Minnie Driver making love to him. Oh my God.
Yeah, oh, that'd be sexy. It'd be HPV all over it.
And James
How do you
Spader's
like-
just watching them.
He's like, man, I wish I was in a
I wish I
car
was in
right
a car crashing into somebody.
How do you like them apples? You don't have teeth.
That's okay. Applesauce, bitch. Oh, Christ.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to
You still looking forward to shit? Goddamn.
Thanks for listening to this bonus edition of the Simplistic Reviews Podcast. Feel fortunate. The last bonus I got from those guys involved assorted meats.